We all have a bag. We all pack differently. Some of us are traveling light. Some of us are secret hoarders who've never parted with a memory in our lives. I think we are all called to figure out how to carry our bag to the best of our ability, how to unpack it, and how to face the mess. I think part of growing up is learning how to sit down on the floor with all of your things and figuring out what to take with you and what to leave behind. Hello my friends, welcome back to Epoxy Me That. This channel is a roller coaster of DIY projects, resin experiments, and questionable crafting decisions, all wrapped in a sticky, shiny layer of epoxy goodness. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Subscribe, hit that bell. Things might get messy, but they'll always be fun. And today is collaboration day. And on Wednesdays, we coast through the week making coasters, and you can make coasters any kind of way that you want. And this collaboration is between Resin Me Up, Marvelous Artsy, and myself. And a lot more people join from time to time, and we would love to have you join and share your artistic creations. So I have chose this coaster mold again, and then this coaster mold. Now I did see a TikTok video that went by very fast, so it wasn't much to learn from. But what I did gather from it was they took this coaster, placed some resin in it, pulled it out, cut it in half, and then they got a cup, and I think plastic wrap was over the cup, so that's what I've done here. They folded the halves over the cup and then let it go ahead and get a little bit hard, and then they put resin in this cup, in this coaster, sorry, and then they put their cured piece in there, and it cured together, and it made like a napkin holder, or I don't know, we'll just have to get it all put together to see what all we can stuff in there, to see how many uses we could get out of it. Okay, so I have my resin here. I'm using the Bond Crafter epoxy resin. It's a 1-to-1 epoxy resin. It has a part A and a part B. You put part B in the cup. I always put part B in my cup first, and then I put part A on top of it, and then I mix it up for 3 minutes, and then I'm ready to pour. I've separated it into these cups, as you can see, and we're going to be using these colors right here. This one doesn't have an actual name on it, but I got it from Temu, and it's a beautiful pastel. I love pastels. And then I'm going to be using my Tiffy Blue by Eye Candy, and it's also a pigment paste. And then I'm going to be using my Cream Yellow pigment paste from Temu on one side of the coaster. On the other side of the coaster, we're going to be using one of these gold leaf sheets. And I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know how much I'm going to need in there, in that half. I'm going to go ahead and keep that. And I'm going to drop this, I'm going to get a little bit of resin on my stick so I can scoop it down into my cup there. And then go ahead and get that stirred up. And we're going to put that on one half of the coaster. Okay. And then on the other half, we're going to do these 3 colors here. Go ahead and get those mixed up. I'm just going to dip my stick in there and get a little bit out onto my stick. You don't need much. Not for pigment paste. That's why I love using pigment paste, because you only use just a teensy bit. It's all you need. I'm going to stir that one up a little bit. And sometimes you may need to stir them. And I'm going to wipe off most of it off of my stick. And then go ahead and put it in there. And now for my Tiffy Blue. This is a beautiful color. I absolutely love it. And these are like the colors that are in my kitchen. So if I end up liking this, then I'll put it in my kitchen. If not, then I'm going to just donate it to my local nursing home. And they use them as gifts for like bingo night, game nights, you know, all that good stuff. And they would love to get something like that. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. I gotta tell y'all, keep me in your prayers. I have to go Friday to get my work done in my mouth. And y'all are not going to believe everything that I have to get done. Now, mind you, I don't go to the dentist because I take very good care of my teeth. I'm very afraid of the dentist. I mean, very afraid. I could not express that to you enough for you to even understand how much I'm afraid of the dentist. So I have to go, and I have to get 2 wisdom teeth pulled, and I have to get 3 cavities filled and a cleaning. And they're going to do it all at once because they know that if they don't, I won't be back. So y'all, please, y'all just don't know. Please, please keep me in your prayers that everything goes okay and that I make it through this. And please pray that I do show up for my appointment, because I have been known to make those appointments, go all the way through with everything up until the time it is to go, and then I chicken out and I don't go. So please make sure you say a prayer for me that I go through with this and I get it done. You know, that stuff can affect your heart. You know, your teeth can affect all kinds of things. So it's very serious, and it scares me. It really does. And that's why I went ahead and went and I made it this far. But yeah, I'm very, very, very nervous and scared. Okay, let's go ahead and pour this one. Let's see here. I only want to put a little bit around that rim there. So I'm going to add a little bit more to these because I want it to be those colors. I'll stir it up a little bit again. And then I'm going to let these sit and degas for 3 minutes before we pour them, and I'll meet you back. Okay, we are ready to go ahead and get these poured. I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol in the mold here. And I'm going to try to get this right. I'm going to pour a little bit over here. And we're going to try to keep this at the halfway mark, y'all. I don't know how we're going to do this, but we're going to try. Okay. Maybe we'll get it right. And then I'm going to take my little stick here. Just do that right there. Looks like there's more of that, so let's try to push this out some more. Okay, I think that looks good. Yeah, I think we're going to roll with that. Okay, I'm going to scoot that over there. And now I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol on this mold. And then I'm just going to do the edges here a little bit with my colors here. Okay. And the center, we'll do a gold, like a gold glitter. But we have to leave that for our last pour, so we can put that on there. I don't know. Let me think here a minute. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get my heat gun, and I'm going to run it through here and pop these surface bubbles. I don't know if that's how they done it. I could be doing it wrong. But we're just going to roll with it this way and see how it turns out. What's the worst that can happen? Maybe we want to do it again a different way. That could be a good video for next week. Okay, I'm going to spritz some alcohol on there. And I'm going to let that go ahead and cure. And then we will demold it. Okay, the extra that I had left over, I went ahead and poured these molds right here. And we'll demold them together. Okay? I'll see you later. Well, we are ready to go ahead and see if we can do this. It's still real soft, but it's cured. And there's how it looks. Okay. Let's see here. All right. I think we'll do it like that. Okay. Hopefully. If we have to cut some off the bottom or trim it, then that's fine, I guess. So now I'm going to take some painter's tape and place it on there to hold it. I guess. I mean, I don't know any other way to do it. There was nothing showing how to do that. Like I said, the reel went by super fast. So I'm really just winging this, my friends. I have no idea what I'm doing. It would have helped to have a couple more hands there. Okay. Get it taped. That side looks more up than that side. It is. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that looks good right there. All right, we're going to let that cure like that, and then when it gets hard, we'll remove it and put it down in here and go ahead and fill that up with resin. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side, and let's go. This was some extra resin that I had left over, and I just made this mold, so I thought we would demold it and see what they turned out like. They're supposed to be crystal, and I've done these a little bit different, so I'm really excited to see what they're going to look like. I have wanted some crystal wings, big set like this, but I can't find them anywhere to purchase. Oh, wow. Those turned out beautiful. Oh, I love it. And I did these a different way. And I am super, super excited about how that turned out. Wow. These are beautiful. I need to pour it in like a transparent color. That way I can see a little bit more if there's any things in there that I don't like. But they turned out really pretty. All right, my friends, I will see you all when that has cured around the cup, and then we'll go ahead and pour our next step. See you later. I forgot. Let's go ahead and remove this right quick because I want to go ahead and put the gold around the edges. So I think that would be a nice touch to this. So that's what we're going to do. It's hard to do these because they're bumpy. All right, I'm going to let that dry, and then we will wrap it back up. I am back, and this has cured, and then we're ready to go ahead and take the tape off of our cup here and see what we got. And it looks like it worked. Let's see here. Just slide it on off, and there it is. I think it turned out fabulous. Okay. Now, I'm in between whether I want to put it right in the middle and put some things around it, or do I want to scoot it back and then put some things right here. I do have some molds that I chose, and I don't know what I want to use, but these are fruit molds. These are the tangerine oranges. These are raspberries. I'm not sure what those are. These are blueberries, cherry, or do I want to do bread and cookies? These are like croissants and little different pieces of bread, and that's a loaf of bread, and then these are little cookies. So I don't know what do I want to do, fruit or bread and cookies. Oh goodness, you know, because it is for the table, you know, so I wanted to do something food wise to go on it. Although some flowers would be gorgeous around it too. And then again, what am I going to do? Am I going to push it to the back and decorate the front, or put the fruit around, all around it? What shall we do? We're going to have to pour these and then demold them. And we won't resin them in there. We'll just UV resin them on there or something. So yeah, what do we do, you guys? I wish I could hear you. Oh goodness. I got my resin, and it's the Bond Crafter epoxy resin, and this is my mix right here that that I make. And I'm just going to put some in this cup here, and that's what we're going to use for the to put this in there and make it stay. I'm just going to get a stick here and go ahead and stir that up into the resin. Right like that. And then get on out of there. I don't want to stir too many bubbles in with it. And then we'll let that sit and degas. Now, I'm going to make some of these just in case we use them, okay? I have my orange in here already because these are little mandarin oranges. So, I'm going to go ahead and mix that up and a little bit of resin, and then we'll pour about 1 or 2 of them. I'll go ahead and make 2. I'm going to add a little bit more of that. Maybe we can get 2 out of that. Okay, and I'm going to let that sit over here and degas. Then we'll need some blueberries. I'm going to make my blueberries out of this navy blue by Nurture Soap. And those are tiny, so I don't think we're going to need a whole lot. So, I just had Laura contact me from Laura's Design Studio. She's helping Andy from Andy's Epoxy UK, the guy that does the interviews from the resin channels, for the resin channels, and asking me, did I want to do an interview? And oh my goodness, you guys, at first I was like, you know, I hope they don't contact me because I'm so afraid to do that. I'm so nervous about that because y'all know, I've told y'all, I'm always the girl in the back of the room that's really quiet. Okay, now these are going to be raspberries. So let me find a color for those. Let's try this Bria Reese Red Rouge for the raspberries. I don't know if it'll be a raspberry color, but hopefully we're going to use it for our raspberries. But back to what I was saying. Y'all know I have told y'all that, you know, I'm really quiet and this and that. But me and Resin, Mary, me and Resin, me and Mary from Resin Me Up was talking, and she was like, you really should do it. You know, it'll really help your channel out. You'll reach more people, you know. So I thought about it and I thought about it, and I was like, well, maybe I'll do it if they ask me, if he asks me. And lo and behold, a few days later, I get an email. So I went ahead and I sent her an email back and said, I'll do it. Goodness gracious, I'm so nervous about it, but you know what? Pull my big girl panties up and just do it. How hard can it be, right? Right. I think I've done a lot of harder things in my life than an interview. So I can do this. Okay, now let's see, what else do we need? I got the blueberries, raspberries, some mandarin oranges. And I don't know if this is big raspberries and little raspberries. That's what it looks like. I don't know. Let's do red for a cherry. I'm going to have to use my casting craft for this. I'm going to try to get some out of this lid because there's a lot of it in the lid there. So that should be plenty. I really need to clean this off. It looks terrible. I'm going to leave it out so I can clean it. We'll go ahead and mix that up and we'll do the cherry and that. I'm going to go ahead and spritz some alcohol in here, and we're going to go ahead and pour this. Okay. I might need some more. Maybe not. We might be okay. Go ahead and empty this out in the center there. All right, I'm going to scoot that over. I think that looks good. And then we're just going to go ahead and fill these. Now I'm going to use this Pixis alcohol ink, and it's a latte. And this is the resin we have left over. We'll put some drops down in there. And this will be our bread. Put a little bit of glitter in there. Looks like we baked it too long. But maybe we like overbaked bread. And maybe it won't come out that dark. I don't know. We'll spritz a little alcohol in the mold, and that's to help with the bubbles. Shake it out a little. Make sure I don't have any excess in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill our bread mold up. Now I'm just going to take this little tool right here, and I'm just going to go around and clean my edges up so that it won't come out looking a mess around the edges when we demold it. Okay, let me know what you guys think about me doing the interview. Should I do it? Let me know your thoughts. Okay, I'm going to take my heat gun here, and we're just going to run it around everything, pop any of those surface bubbles, and then I will meet you back when it's time to demold everything and see what we're going to use on our napkin holder here, or whatever kind of holder. I don't know what we'll put in it, but the video I seen was napkins. We can go ahead and demold our extras, but I wanted to go ahead and open my Happy Mail with you all that I received. Here it is. And a gift for you from Jeannie B 3657. I'm going to lay those over there. And she got me these. And this goes with this one. And it says, "I love your art. Have fun," from Jeannie B. And she sent me some cute inclusions. Look at the back of the box. Isn't that adorable? It looks like little Bratz dolls. My daughters used to love Bratz dolls when they were little. I had to buy those things all the time. A new doll came out, we had to go down there and buy it. Okay, let's see here. Try to get in here so I can show you all what they look like. Well, I haven't even opened them yet. I don't even know what they look like. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at those. Those are so pretty. Then there's these. Wow, those are beautiful. Look at that. And then there's this one. It's got some beautiful things in it. And then there's that one. They're stuck on the lids. I'm scared to open it. It might go everywhere. Aren't those gorgeous? Thank you so much, Jeannie. I'm really going to enjoy these. You can do so many things with these. I love adding inclusions to my stuff. Look at that one's got a cross in it. You see the cross sitting on top there? Isn't that beautiful? Wow. Thank you so much. And then this right here says, self-care is fun too. Hugs from Jeannie B. And then she got me a cheetah mask, moisturizing and lifting. It's got collagen and fruit extract in it. And then a panda mask, nourishing and firming, botanical extract and herbal essence. A llama mask, calming and toning. Boy, do I need that one. Lavender and protein extract. And then unicorn mask. This is the one I was most excited about. Purifying and soothing, botanical extract and Alaska glacier water. Otter mask, hydrating and brightening, hyaluronic acid and multivitamin essence. Now y'all know that hyaluronic acid is really good for our skin. And then here's the mermaid mask. This was my favorite out of all of them. Glowing and hydrating, floral essence and blue marine complex. Thank you so much, Jeannie. I sure am going to have some me time and enjoy these. I absolutely love facial mask. How did you know that, Jeannie? Thank you once again, Jeannie. You are so sweet, my friend. Okay, and I'm going to go put these on my board. I have a board over here on my wall, and I keep all of my little tags from my gifts. And then we're going to add you to my machine here. Okay, I got my machine right here, and we're going to open the back and add Jeannie. And she gets 2 because she sent me 2 gifts. We decided on that's how we were going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and fold hers up and add her in there. There we go. I always put this thing on here wrong. Maybe I'll remember it one day. All right, you're in there, Jeannie, twice. Thank you so much, my friend. Let's go ahead and demold our extras here right quick. This is a little popsicle shaker, and it's so cute. Oh, look how that turned out. That is precious. Precious, precious. But they sure don't give you, you know, much room. I don't know. And then I wonder if you'll be able to see the shaker film, you know, because that's not a straight line across. That's a lot of lines through there. So I wonder, you know, I'm going to have to cut the acetate sheet, you know, about right there, kind of like in a square. And then, I don't know. It's going to be a weird cutout right there. I'll give it a try, though. And then there's this cute heart. I love how I dropped the colors on these. They really turned out cute. What do you think? Do you think they're beautiful? And then this one looks like a stopwatch. I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think this is? Maybe a perfume bottle or a stopwatch? I don't know. Let me know what you think it is. But that one turned out pretty. And then these are my favorite ones to make. These are pieces of candy. And I have all different ones of these. I think they came in like a pack of 4. And I get them off of Temu. Whoops. Get back here. That turned out super cute. Isn't that cute? So pretty. And there's a little hole that you put your keychain in. And then this one is the same, but they probably won't look the same, you know, because no 2-piece resin pieces look the same. Not unless you're doing some coasters, maybe. You're making all of them the same. Look at that, how it just sparkles on the side. That glitter just dances around in there. So pretty. These turned out really, really cute. All right, I'll see you back when we are going to demold this and all of our fruit and our bread. See you later. Are y'all ready to demold our napkin holder or whatever we can fit in their holder? Oh goodness, I think that thing's on my phone again. How it makes it move funny. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this out. Take a look at it. I don't know what we're going to put around the edges. But there it is. I love how it has just that little strip, you know, of the color we used here. And that's the bottom. Real sparkly. Yep, there it goes again. Did y'all see it? My camera. Oh. Alright, now we got to get all these demolded and see what we're going to put around it. It's pretty cute though. I think it's pretty cute. What do y'all think? It's a good idea. Okay, let's get our bread pieces out. I think these are so stinking cute. Let me see if I can fix that, you guys. Give me a minute. Okay, I think I got it fixed. I think I clicked it off. And here's a cute little loaf of bread. They're so tiny. And this is a croissant roll. I love croissant rolls. They're so yummy. So, so yummy. That's a croissant. You know how they fold them like that too in the stores? Where you can get them like that. They come all kinds of ways. And then here's this. It looks like half of a waffle. Oh, this one's cute. A little loaf of bread. Braided bread. So cute. And there's that one. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like a egg on a piece of toast or something, don't it? And then there's this. Looks pretty cute. I don't know what it is. Maybe some kind of little biscuit or something. This has also got something on top of it. It looks like a teddy bear. Look at that. A piece of toast with a teddy bear on it. Have you ever? Look at that. I bet my friend Amy would love some of this bread. Do you like bread, Amy? I know you're out there watching me, my friend. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. Look at this. This looks like a cupcake, Amy. Don't that look like a cupcake? Do you like cupcakes? I like cupcakes, Amy. I like food. I love food. And then here's a little tiny croissant. Yeah, Amy's my friend. She watches all my videos. She is so sweet. Yes, she is so sweet. And then here's a cherry. The one I dropped on the floor is really bothering me right now. Let me pause it so I can go get it, so I will be all right. I found it. There it is. Okay, now I can quit worrying about that. Let's get our cherry out. Needs a little bit of cleanup around the stem. But it turned out pretty cute. And here's the leaves for it. Just put it on there. Something like that. So cute. And then our blueberries. Blueberries. My sweet sugar butt Paco loved his blueberries. Yes, he did. He didn't play with dog toys. Nope. He did not play with dog toys. He didn't want nothing to do with them. He was scared of them. But he loved to take his paws and pat the blueberries all around the floor. And then when he got tired of doing that, he ate them. Yep, he ate them. He loved them. They turned out cute. And then here is raspberries. I don't know if we got that color right. Look like neon pink or some neon orange raspberries. Oh, now that one looks better. I dropped a few red in there because I thought I might not be hitting it with that color right there, you guys. But it could just be some kind of wild raspberry, you know? Some kind of different type of raspberry. And then here's the bigger version. Nope, this is a strawberry. Yes, I don't know why I couldn't think of that yesterday. That's a strawberry. I couldn't really tell in the mold, you know, just by looking at it from out there. I thought maybe it was a bigger raspberry, but it's a strawberry. Yep, they're strawberries. But they look good, that color. It's fine. And now let's get our mandarin oranges out. Who likes these? I love these. Do you like mandarin oranges, Amy? Do you like fruit? I love these little oranges. They are so yummy. Especially when you get a bag of the really sweet ones. These turned out so yummy looking. Okay, now we got our loaf of bread here. And then we will have all of our things unmolded. Isn't that cute? It really looks like a little baked loaf of bread. And then I made some shakers. Yes. So let's go ahead and take a look at those right quick. And then we'll go ahead and fix this all up. I watched Resin Me Up's interview with Andy. And in that interview, she stated that she started out making shakers when she started her resin journey. And she said she made so many shakers that she is a pro. So I thought, okay, who better to ask than a pro? I was having problems with, I would chunk my shakers on the floor just to see if they could hold up, you know, because people drop their keys on the floor or, you know, keychains on the floor. And I didn't want to give something to someone that was going to break. And lo and behold, the top of the shaker popped off. So I thought, okay, can't do this. I got to figure out why this is happening. So I went back and forth and back around again and couldn't come up with a solution. So I reached out to Mary over at Resin Me Up since she stated she was a pro. And she suggested that if you're making a shaker and you make it with epoxy resin, a 1-to-1, then you can't put the acetate film on with UV resin because it won't work. It will pop off eventually. If you make it with 1-to-1 epoxy resin, then you need to put the acetate sheet on with 1-to-1 epoxy resin. If you make the shaker with UV resin, then you need to put it on with UV resin, the acetate sheet. So, that's what I done. It did take me longer to go this route, but there's also some Promise epoxy out there that's a 1-hour epoxy, and I'm going to order me some of that eventually, and then it'll be a lot faster. So I made these, and I made them with 1-to-1 epoxy on the top, since the bottom was made with that. And I filled them up with cute little inclusions. So that is not popping off. And then this one's made the same. I put the same little inclusions in it. I think it turned out so cute. I don't have the keychain part on it with all the charms yet, but I just wanted to share this with you. This is as far as I've gotten. And then here's the heart. I put some really cute things inside. Turned out super cute. Although on this one, there was a little hole at the bottom to put the liquid in if you wanted to do a liquid shaker. And when I went around this with the epoxy, some of it got into that hole and it stuck that one right there. So that one won't ever move. So I wasn't quite sure how to keep that from happening on the ones that have a little hole to inject the liquid in. And then I popped the top off of this one. Remember I showed y'all this Band-Aid shaker a while back in one of my videos? Well, the top, I could lift it and pop it right off. So I went ahead and cleaned it all off, and then I put the 1-to-1 epoxy on it. So it's not ever coming off. And it's a cute little Band-Aid. So cute. And then, here's our extras. We can go ahead and demold these, but I won't be able to put them together in this video. I made another strawberry because my last strawberry, someone took it. It was so cute. Yeah, it definitely did not stay here for long. So I made another one. And what I do is I take some gold glitter and dip it in epoxy, and then I make those little seeds on the strawberry, and then I let that cure, and then I do the other part. And these turn out so cute. Then I made this one right here. This looks like a little drink with a straw coming out of it. Turned out cute. And this is a little perfume bottle. And I dropped in some of the blue in the heart and let it cure. And then I went in with some more resin that I had left over from another project. And that's how that turned out. And I think it's so cute. Super, super cute. That's going to be just so cute when I fill it up. And then this one, I brushed it with one of my chameleon eyeshadow. No, not eyeshadow. These are for nails. These chameleon powders are for nails. See the nail on there? And it shows how it's supposed to do. And I have a bunch of these. So I brushed on this color right here. And they're just numbered. It doesn't have a color on it. For this teddy bear. So let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's cute. It's cute. I like it. You can see a few little of my brush strokes in there. But once you fill it up, you won't be able to see that. Just needs a little cleanup on the sides. But it turned out cute. Yeah. I like it. Alright. I'm going to clean all this up, and then I'll meet you back, and we'll start putting this our stuff on that. I don't know what we're going to do with it yet, but we'll figure it out. Okay, I tried the big pieces on there with some of the fruit, and I didn't like it. I did not like it at all. The big pieces throw it off. So, I tried it with some of the bread on there, and you can hardly see the bread because of the bottom base being brown. This is what I came up with. I played around with it and played around with it, and I went and got my resin casting bucket pieces out, and I found these 3 angels, and they match this. So here's what I done. I'm going to put that one there, that one there, and this one in the center. And then I'm going to place, I got to have blueberries on there. I'm going to put a blueberry and a raspberry in between each angel. I can't hold it up because it just keeps falling. I'm going to place it on there, and then I'll bring you down and let you see what I'm talking about before we seal the deal. Get them on here so y'all could take a look at it. I'm going to put a blueberry and a raspberry in between the angels. I love angels. If you're new to my channel, I just wanted to let you know that. I absolutely love angels. I have cherubs in my house. I have 2 on my mantle that are, or 3 on my mantle that are really big. And I love cherubs. Yes, I do. Okay, we're going to do it like that in the front. And then I'm going to put a blueberry on each side. Like that. And then in the back, I thought I might add a few pieces of the baked bread. You may not see it, but if you look up close, you'll be able to see it. And they are so cute. I love them. So I do have to add some of the baked bread on there. And then I'm going to be placing the praying hands on the very back. And I'll bring you down and show you. Isn't that cute? I think that's cute. And then in the back, let me turn it around. I'm going to add another piece of baked goods right there. And then I'm going to put those on the back. And I think it'll be cute. Okay. I also wanted to show you this. I went and got 2 different kinds of napkins. This says, live life passionately, laugh until your belly hurts, and love unconditionally. I absolutely love these napkins. And you could fold them like that and place them down in there like that. It would be cute. Isn't that cute? Or we could change those out for my white ones that has my last name's initial on them. We could fold them like that, place them down in there like that. And there's that one. I think it looks really good. That matches really good. Well, both of them really do match. Or, at my house, we like to, when we're putting like barbecue sauce or ketchup on the side of our plate, we like to have these little condiment cups so it doesn't mix with all our food. I don't have any in my craft room, but I'm just going to bring some of these to show you kind of what you could do. You could place some of the little condiment cups in there and use it for that. Or, I really like this idea right here. You could take a little notepad, put it down in there like that, and then take a pen and put it right there. And it could be your little notepad holder. Isn't that cute? You could even add more pens to it. Well, that one's a little bit fat. But I like the 1 pen idea. That is so cute. Now let's get everything glued down on there. I thought I would hot glue the ones around here. But for the praying hands in the back, I think I want to do them like that. I want to glue those. And I know they're not going to stay up there. They'll just slide down. So I'm just going to have to tape it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the glue to the back. Well, first, let's get the tape on there. Like that. And then Let's go ahead and get our glue on there. Which that's probably a bit too much. So I'm just going to dab a little bit off of there. Hopefully this will hold them up there. And we're going to place it right there. And I think that looks good. And that'll hold that there while it dries. All right. The reason I didn't want to hot glue that is because it was going to make it poke out a little. You know, once you put that hot glue on the back, it's not going to lay flat on the back of the piece. You'll be able to notice that there's some glue in between. Okay, now I have my glue gun ready. We're going to go ahead and get our little angels glued down. Okay, perfect. That's going to work out perfectly. Now we're going to put this one over here. And then this one down here. I might need to put a little bit on it right there too, to hold it there. Okay. And now I'm going to add the blueberries and raspberries. It got stuck on my finger. I have to redo that one. There we go. Got some of the glue on my resin piece. I decided to go with these 3 pieces of baked bread to put on the back. And then I want to add these around it. I think that would add a nice touch. They match. And I'm going to be placing those on with my liquid fusion. This is a performance adhesive and it's heavy duty. And I'm just going to put a little dab of it down in here. I make these right here. And I love them because I put, you know, squirt a little bit of paint in them, a little bit of glue in them, whatever. And it's easy to clean up. So I'm going to go ahead and I want the long loaf of bread in the center of it. So I'm going to put some of this glue on it, our hot glue. And go ahead and get it in the center. And then I'm going to place the loaves next to that. I don't think it's catching on to my extra stick there yet. Okay. Got a piece of glue hanging from my hand. Trying to get it off. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut this off because I don't think we're going to be needing it anymore. Because we're going to be placing the rest of these on with some glue here. Let me find something we can do that with. This might work. Okay, I'm just going to add a few in the front because there is some glue right here. See below the hands of our angel? There's a little bit of glue there you can see. So what I thought we would do is add a little bit of our glue here and place some of these around that area so you won't be able to see that. It'll hide it. So let's pick up a few of them and give it a try. See if we like it. And place a few more around there. Wipe that off now. See, I think that looks really cute. I'm not going to place a bunch on there because we don't want a bunch. We just want to accent it a little using them. I'm trying to get some of the glue off of them because I got a little bit of glue right there on the top of one of them. Go ahead and get that off so you can't see it. Okay, I'm going to go around it a little bit and accent it, and then I'll meet you back. And now I'm just going to take some alcohol on this paper towel here, and I'm just going to clean out that glue off of my little piece here that I made. Easy peasy. And then I'm just going to take my little dish here and run it through there, clean that glue out. Whoops, clean that glue out that was in there. I kept dipping in there, trying to get the little dots out of there. And then we can reuse these. Alright, I'll meet you back when that glue has dried back there and we can take a look at our creation. We are ready to go ahead and take our tape off the back, I think. Yes, there we go. That turned out pretty. I think that is so cute. It turned out very, very nice. But that does kind of look like a bass fish's mouth. If it had some eyes here, don't it? Well, it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye. And I will see you on Friday. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.